We are here with right-handed pitcher Troy Watson, and we're going to get to know Troy a little bit better. You ready to catch up?
Let's do it.
Troy, take us back to the beginning. Tell us who got you in baseball.
When I first started playing, okay. So I grew up in Gunner, Texas, a little bitty town, about 40 minutes north of Dallas. Grew up there ever since I was in diapers. My dad was throwing tennis balls at me and I was holding the broomstick, so I loved the game of baseball ever since I could think. Just loved playing it, grew up, played it my whole life. Went to Gunner High School, and I got a call from the Brewers at a high school for it was the 12th round. But so I only been pitching for that year. So I jumped from 83 to 92 in a 2-week span from my junior year to my senior year of high school. So I wasn't really getting recruited a lot for baseball until that happened. So the Brewers called, I said no, and then I went to Northern Colorado. And I think that was the best decision that I've ever made. Because one, I was brand new to pitching, and I actually went to a coaching staff that knew a lot about baseball. Carly Wasaki, rest his soul, he recently passed away, but he was the head coach, and he kind of gave me like reins to kind of like, you know, come in and get my feet wet and stuff like that. And my pitching coach, R.D. Spees, he is the best pitching coach, and he is probably the reason I'm still playing baseball today. So shout out to you, Coach Spees. He's a really big part of my journey. So I mean, I was surrounded by just baseball knowers. So going to Northern Colorado was the best decision I've ever made for my career. And then, you know, 2 years there, I was draft eligible at 21 years old. And then I was lucky enough to get my name called again by the Blue Jays in the 15th round, which obviously went. And I will forever be grateful for the Toronto Blue Jays just for, you know, taking a shot on a kid that graduated from a high school with 68 kids. You know, nobody ever makes it out of that county. So like, it was a pretty big thing for me to get drafted, and everybody in the town, you know, like see like, oh, like it can happen. So like, it was mainly for like the little kids still playing. Like I have a little cousin, Brock, he just signed to play at Cal State Bakersfield, and he's from Gunner, so I'm super proud of him, and I'm just proud to get Gunner on the map, kind of. There's a lot of talent before me and definitely after me. There's a ton of guys in colleges now, so I'm just happy that the town of Gunner is growing, and the sport of baseball, and just everything in general. And then fast forward with the Blue Jays, I was actually in the Appalachian League in 2018. That's no longer an affiliate anymore. It's a college league. So I was a Bluefield Blue Jay for a year, which was really cool. And then I think it was 2023, 2024, Blue Jays traded me over to the Detroit Tigers. And then I met a pitching coach named Doug Bachler, and he completely turned my career around. I'm very blessed to meet that man in a game of baseball sense, and just, you know, like just everyday wisdom sense. You know, you never know if he's having a bad day. He's the same guy every day. He'll tell you that if you ask him how he is. He's awesome, he's great. And yeah, that's currently where I'm at now, playing catch with you. That's kind of my full story.
Why make the change from hitting to pitching?
So, I mean, I was one of the rare few, I guess, to take the bat out of my own hands. Like 93 straight, I could hit it. I saw 93 with movement for the first time and wanted no part of it. I said, I don't want to hit this no more, coach. I'd rather throw it. So yeah, that lasted about a week. And then pitcher only since then. But yeah.
Going to Northern Colorado, what was that like working with those coaches, only having pitched for a year?
So that was part of the reason why it was the greatest decision I've ever made, because they taught me the ins and outs of like pitching. You know, like I got there as a thrower, and they like turned me into a pitcher, if that makes sense. So like Coach Spies was big on reset, refocus, like keeping like having a short memory, like whatever, like, and hitting the glove side heater. Got to do that. And like the way I was coached, like being hard on me, like demanding excellence almost, not like, oh, a good try, pat on the butt, like you'll get them next time. I don't really respond well to that, and Coach Spies is not that. If you don't do what he wants you to do and knows that you can do it, he's gonna get in your butt a little bit. And I love that out of coaches. That like I get a response that they care, like they care about how I do and stuff like that, and they care about teaching. So I respond well to that. So they did a lot of teaching, and I loved it.
What's one of the lessons they taught you that stuck with you so far?
Showing up matters. Accountability. I wasn't the biggest accountability person. I'm gonna expose myself here a little bit. I had an injury my sophomore year of college, and I got hurt. I didn't finish out the year, but I was still able to get drafted, and I kind of like stopped going to class because like I knew I was gonna get drafted. So because I was like, I don't need to. I was over it. I checked out. It's bad to be kids. Don't do that, please. And it's like accountability. Like I let my teammates down in a way at Northern Colorado because I didn't finish out the year with them, and I feel really bad about that still to this day. So like, so when I left and I got drafted, like be at every meeting, show up to everything, be the first one to raise your hand of a volunteer, and just like be a good teammate. So like that's what I kind of learned by experience from not being those things, and it didn't make me feel good as a teammate or a person. So that was my biggest takeaway of like learning.
You mentioned putting Gunter, Texas on the map with your cousin going to college as well for baseball. What does that mean to you to be an inspiration to the next generation?
It means a lot, you know, especially when your own family, you know, kind of follows the footsteps. Bakersfield was in my conference when I was in college at Northern Colorado. So they're in a different conference now, but you know, it's just cool to see him go play Division I baseball and, you know, and like just be a college athlete and have a dream, and he's the next step of doing that dream. So like, and there's another, there's multiple kids from like, that I competed with, and like in a district, there's a Barrett Kent. He's on the Angels. He's my best friend's little brother. And then, I mean, there's I'm name blanking now, but there's multiple like Grayson County kids that are in the minor league systems now. And that just, it's really cool to see, and I'll go back home and play catch with them and stuff like that. Just like talk about how they're doing and how they're adjusting, because they're first year, second year players. So it's just cool to talk to them and like give them any advice or anything that I have. But I rarely go home though, so.
Hit us with your best piece of advice if one of those kids is asking.
Show up, be a good teammate. Bad things happen to everybody. Like if a bad thing happens to you, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you, but if you be a bad teammate, that's just gonna that's gonna make people not like you. So like, bad things happen, and that's why we play this game of baseball, because you're gonna fail most of the time, and you can do pretty good a little bit of the time, and you're a pretty dang good player. So it's all about having like just to show up and be a good teammate.
Baseball is a game of failure.
It is.
Troy, leave us with your favorite baseball memory.
My favorite baseball memory was my only one home run over the fence. It was a walk-off.
There we go.
In high school on senior day, but it was a walk-off to run rule. So like, I don't know if you want to count that as a walk-off still, but I hit the last pitch of the game was over.
It's a walk-off. We'll count
We
it
won,
as such.
I think it was like 12-1. But yeah, that's my favorite memory. It's my only home run ever over the fence.
We
No
love
pop.
it. It still counts.
No, it does.
Well, Troy, thanks for catching up with us today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me out here.